David, disappointing day, a disappointing second half. What's your assessment of that today?
Second half's an absolute shambles. Decision making from the first kick-off in the second half, no bravery to play, and miles away from where we need to be. Didn't want to get on the ball. Ben just wanted to whack the ball from one end to the other, and we made constantly bad decisions, which from a really positive first half performance, although I felt we were probably in maybe third gear. I thought we could really step on a little bit more. Without that, I think we should have been in front in the first half with our first half performance and the chances that we created. But the second half's miles from where it needs to be.
What do you put that down to from your point of view? Because as you say, the first half you're really in the ascendancy.
I don't know, you best go and ask the players, or grab a player and I've asked them to give their opinion on what they've just watched, because you've just watched the same as I've watched from 145 minutes to the next. We spoke at half time about where we could get joy, and it was about mixing things up today around playing if it was on, and then playing and looking to counter press at other times. Our decision making in the second half was an absolute joke. The majority of it from the back line and the goalkeeper, and as I'm not one for pointing fingers, but people didn't try hard enough to turn that around. You go through bad spells in games. How are you gonna wrestle that momentum back? We didn't show the bravery to be able to do that. And as much as you'll try and, I suppose, affect it from the bench and make changes, we lost our way even further.
You bring Ollie Norwood on halfway through the second half, presumably to try and get a bit of control back into the game. Is there a time now where you need those experienced players to step up and calm things down a little bit?
It didn't work, and I wouldn't go at experienced players. A team of Macca, experience, late 20s, Fraser, late 20s, Ben, mid-30s, Ibby, 30, Will Collar, Callum Camps, Kyle Wotton. We've only got 3 players that are probably in the 20s, so I'm not having that we don't have enough experience. Potentially we do have enough leadership on the pitch, maybe not. Maybe we can have an argument with that, which is something that we're working at. But when you're out there, you have to find a way, and we've been so far from finding a way in that second half. Like I say, I'm not lost for words, but I want answers from the players, because they'll have opinions on it, and they've got to give their opinions on what that looks like, because you can't go from the performance that we had in the first half and being well in the game and probably on top in the game to what happened in the second, and be such a stark contrast. Yeah, I can accept the fact that they stepped up and maybe did better, but there's nothing different. They do what they do, and they ask you questions, and they put the ball in behind. It was no different. We didn't deal with it. We didn't defend 1v1. We didn't win our first ball. We didn't win our battles. We didn't show the guts to play and play the ball into the right areas to the right people, and that's on us.
Talk about decision making. The decisive moment in the game ends up being the penalty. What was your view on that? Because it didn't look to be too much danger when.
I'm not going to concern myself with decisions referees make, because I can't affect that. I've always said that if we get through a game and their decision they make isn't result defining, then maybe we've sort of got as much as we could hope. There's loads of things happen like that, but like I said, I'm not going to be concerned about referee decisions. Is it a shock to me? No, of course it's not. Every single manager over the length and breadth of the country will say exactly the same. It ain't going to affect me, because I can't do anything about it. Like I say, if there was a decision and everything else around our team had been great, then there was nothing else I could affect, then brilliant, but there's not. I'm more worried about decision making that took place from our team than took place from something that we can't control.
You have a challenging run coming up over the festive period. That starts on Friday night with Peterborough, who are certainly probably one of the most unpredictable teams in this league. What are you expecting from them coming here, and what are you expecting from us in terms of a reaction now?
Well, I know what I'm expecting from them, because we've looked at them a little bit, but I'm more worried about us. I look at what this week's brought. This week's brought Tuesday night a disappointing performance, and today a performance where the players that have been performing pretty well have been miles off in that second half. But then are they getting pushed by the ones that are behind them? No, based on what I watched on Tuesday. So like I say, we've got to get better. That goes out without saying. And I've said that from the start of the season. People have made comments over the past, whether it be weeks or months, around what we are. We are miles away from what we need to be. And if anyone ever needs a reminder, then there's your reminder in the second half. But I expect us to be miles better than what we were. But we need to find out the reasons for that. And like I say, we'll have a chat on Monday. We'll shut this down. There'll be some honest conversations have to happen. There'll be people that won't be looking forward to maybe what that meeting looks like. But that's all right. We need to know what that was this afternoon. Why that happened? Was the reason? If there wasn't a reason for it happening, then we're fine, aren't we? Because it won't happen again on Friday. But we know we have to be miles better.
Appreciate your time, Dave. Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you.